Welcome back to Let's Talk News. Now, one of the greatest pleasures I have this time of the morning is always having somebody on that can get my day started with a big laugh. And I couldn't think of anybody any better than Renee Garcia. Renee, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you. You know, the thing is, I've seen you, but you've never seen me, which is kind of cool.
That's true.
Yeah, what ends up happening, I say, I've seen you.
And we could have kept it that way. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a good-looking guy here. Good-looking guy here.
No, the thing is, I've seen you on Showtime. I know that you've been this last week you were down at the Tropicana.
Right, that is correct.
Is now the Laugh Stop?
Right, it's the Laugh Factory. It's the Laugh Factory, and they just opened it. Actually, when I was there, it was like the fourth or fifth week that it's been open, but it's been really, really good so far. And I love it. I mean, and it's inside the hotel of the Tropicana, so it's really accessible to the people that are staying there, and they come out and have a good time, man. You know, the Laugh Factory is a name, and if anybody,
it really is. It's a brand.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And known to have some of the greatest entertainment there is. Of course, I have seen many of your clips and parts of your show and so on the improv and all kinds of stuff.
Hope you didn't start crying after that. I was like, oh, God.
Are you kidding me? No, you were absolutely hilarious.
Thanks, I appreciate that. It's it's the energy. I like to spread laughter in any way possible. You know what I mean? So
that's got to be the upside of being a comedian.
You know what? It is the best job in the world. I don't care what anybody says. It is the best job in the world. Just to go and go from city to city to state and just make people laugh. That is your job, just to make people laugh. I mean, it's a lot harder than what people think. I'll be honest with you, to tell you the truth. It's, you just can't get up there and just talk about something that happened the other day. Like, it doesn't work out that way. But when you get used to it, there's nothing better than getting a crowd to really laugh at you and just really enjoy you being on stage, just talking to them, making them laugh, man.
And especially the way things have been.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt you, but I just want to interject this. I think so much about the economy and how people's spirits have been down and so on. So if there was ever a time, as they say, there's ever a time you needed laughter.
Yeah, absolutely.
The last couple of years, and this is not a political slam, I'm not supporting anybody. I'm just simply going to say, this is a time when people could, a laugh, a chance to take a break, step aside from their reality for a few minutes.
Right. I mean,
while they're doing it.
Especially here in Vegas,
It's been tough.
People lose all their money. If anybody wants the economy not to get better, it's a comedian. You know what I mean? I want people to be in their sorrows and their woes, and then come see me, and and I make them laugh, and it just makes it that much better. But yeah, you're right. But it is. It's but even when things are going well, it just makes it that much better. It really does.
So you were talking about not the difficulty. It is harder than what people think. It's not a matter of everybody's got their Uncle Charlie or their Uncle Bob or whatever the case is. This is the big crack up at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and the kids can hardly wait to get around you because he's going to turn around and bounce them on their knee and tickle them and tell some funny jokes, and but that's after his fifth beer.
Well, yeah, exactly. You're right, and what's funny is, like, it's one thing when you make your friends laugh or your high school friends laugh or your coworkers laugh, but when you get up on a stage and you have to make people that you've never even met before, who come from different kinds of cultures, who speak different languages, who don't understand maybe just the funniness of things, it can be pretty difficult, and you learn really quick. You're like, oh, okay, all right, that worked with my cousins and my friends, but this is not working here.
And there's a lot of platforms, though, for people who want to, I'm going to say, try their hand.
Yes.
I don't want to say attempt because it makes it sound like that's not right, but try their hand at comedy. And comedy has one of those platforms, probably one of those few platforms, that you can actually just open mic nights. You can step up, there's nothing there but you and a microphone and a stage, and you have a chance to see how you can do.
Well, yeah, I mean, because, I come from a family of entertainers. My father's a musician, and I don't think my dad's ever had a real job other than playing music in his whole entire life. So I kind of grew up a little bit with the kind of entertainment thing, you know what I mean? And the way I saw my father work, and then I started doing my thing. I'll be honest with you, my father has come to me many times, and he's like, look, I play in a band, and I understand that. He goes, but I have to give it to you. As a comedian, he goes, I totally respect what you guys do because it's just you and a mic. He goes, I'm there with my sax, and if I tell a joke and it doesn't go very well, I can just go, hit it, Steve.
Right.
And then the band comes in. I go, I don't have that. You know, at comedians, we don't have the hit it, Steve. It's just, if it goes wrong, it just goes wrong. You got to keep going.
Now, I'm sure you've never experienced this, but you've got to have a lot of other empathy for people that have just like died on the spot.
Oh.
Because it's never happened to you.
But of course it has. I can't even lie with a straight face. Of course it has, but you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'll give you a little insight. But as comedians, you know, and you know, a lot of us are good friends. But there's nothing better for other comedians to see another comedian die on stage. We love it. We're just, you know, not in a mean-spirited way. We're just loving it because it's like a reality check. Like it can happen to any of us, and it's hey man, if you think, you know, guys like Jerry Seinfeld and George Lopez and Robin Williams and all those guys back in the day didn't have a bad set, you're kidding yourself.
Wait a second, you said back in the day. All right, never mind.
Back in the day. Well, you know, I mean, I'm 19, of course.
I want to thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
And so, you know, I know the last week you were performing. When you're performing next, please give me a call.
Oh, absolutely.
I want free tickets.
Yeah, of course, Rick. Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to be talking with Dirk Thomas next. Don't go away. It's Let's Talk News Now, right after this.